The Human Reference Atlas, or HRA, is an international effort of 17 consortia to build a freely available, comprehensive, three-dimensional map of the healthy adult human body down to the single-cell level. Within the HRA is a growing collection of tools, such as the Registration User Interface, the Anatomical Structure, Cell Type, and Biomarker Reporter, the HRA Organ Gallery, the Functional Tissue Unit Explorer, and many more. A few years ago, when the collection of tools was beginning to grow, the HRA team decided that what was needed was an engaging, accessible introduction to not only the HRA's tools, but also some of its concepts, methodologies, and goals. So we decided to create a series of features utilizing a scrollytelling format. This format was chosen both for its inherently interactive nature, as well as for its playful integration of text and illustration. An early scrollytelling feature explained why a human reference atlas like the one we were creating was so very much needed. After setting up the context and rationale for the project, we wanted to introduce some of the HRA's tools in a way that would allow as broad of an audience as possible to both understand them and perhaps feel confident enough to want to explore them. To do this, we decided we needed some tour guides. Enter CeCe and Squiggy, two friendly cells that show how the HRA's tools can be used to solve some pretty important problems. CeCe is a ciliated columnar epithelial cell, and Squiggy is a simple squamous epithelial cell. Although they are best friends, their personalities are very different. While CeCe is bold, inquisitive, and optimistic, Squiggy dislikes adventure and is almost constantly worried. Their differences, however, make for an interesting dynamic. In their first appearance, they use the HRA ASCT+B reporter to solve Squiggy's identity crisis. And in their second adventure, they learn the importance of carefully registering tissue data with the Registration User Interface. All of the scrollytelling features so far mentioned can be found on the HRA website. In the as-yet unpublished story we submitted for the Pacific Viz conference, we find CeCe and Squiggy on their way to visit their friend Mac, a macrophage who is looking to conquer his social anxiety by throwing a tissue block party. In the midst of planning this party, however, Mac realizes that he knows nothing about the other cell types that live in his spatial location in the kidney. CeCe and Squiggy decide to take Mac on a trip to the Registration User Interface, or RUI, to see what he can find out about his cell neighbors. In this story, we decided to signify the three cells' entrance into the realm of the Human Reference Atlas by a corresponding shift in aesthetic approach, moving from 2D illustration to 3D animation. Once they are in their new environment, CeCe and Squiggy show Mac how the RUI can use his spatial location to predict the kinds of cell types likely to be in his vicinity. With this new knowledge gained, the three cells bid us farewell, and as is typical, the scrollytelling feature ends with links to the HRA tools demonstrated and to helpful resources that prepare the reader for further exploration of the Human Reference Atlas.